All right, all right. Hello. Welcome from the cauldron that is Austin, Texas. Very hot here, but we've also got a hot update. It's been a while since we have done a full ecosystem overview, and we're getting very close to tying up some loose ends to be able to get NFTREASURE launched. And so I just wanted to go through the whole gamut of everything that we've been working on. I have not been as active in Discord because I am IRL setting up the manufacturing and the seamstress and the cut and sew and the printing press, and just making sure that all of the physical components of NFTREASURE for the fulfillment side are ready to go when we are ready to get this thing loaded up and locked in. So I have created a list of items to cover. This is going to be a pretty administrative walkthrough, but I think it'll give you a good idea of where we are at and when we're thinking about launching, or at least having the potential to launch certain things. I'm also going to demo where we're at with the e-commerce tool, give an update on the NFC tech, where we're at with manufacturing, where we're at with the NFT marketplace build, where we're at with the DeFi game, and when we can start the beta again, what our launch marketing is currently looking like, and then some financial legal stuff that we will get into that definitely needs someone's attention at some point. We can only kick that can down the road for so long. Anyhow, let's dive right in. So starting with the e-commerce product builder tool, the actual design tool is created and synced with our in real life manufacturer. So essentially the way that this tool works is once you're on the website and have selected a product, the thing that I'm waiting on is the NFT Connect. So there will basically be a button up here that allows you to connect your wallet. And then once you've connected your wallet, you will basically see all of your NFTs below like this. And you can pop that NFT onto the shirt by itself or into one of our templates. So if you see the shirt I'm wearing, this is one of the melting TV templates that I popped an NFT into. And you can decide, do you want to do a full print, which utilizes all of the the entire NFT ink and background, or we've added the ability to basically click on a color. So I can remove any color. I can click the background, done. And basically it removes the background so that you don't have so much ink printed on the shirt and you just have your character there. And so basically the shirt color acts as the background. Anyhow, there's several interesting things that allow you to kind of customize in that way. And again, the idea on my shirt right now, this is a full print. And so, it's not bad. There's a lot of ink here. If I had wanted to, I could have removed the background color and that would have just bled through as fabric. And so the actual ink and print wouldn't have been as heavy. Anyhow, this is a very cool tool. I will give a bigger preview of it and some of the things that you'll be able to do once we have all of the templates loaded in. But basically, we'll have a bunch of NFTREASURE design templates that Jordan is doing that you'll be able to pop your NFT into. And then essentially you order the product. And once you have ordered the product and confirmed your crypto or fiat payment, you will get a confirmation of your order and be able to mint a digital twin of that product. So you'll basically get an NFT that represents that product. And then as we'll see in the NFC Connect, then you'll be able to authenticate that using the NFC app. So that's where we're at with the e-commerce product builder tool. We do have a beta version of the NFT Connect. It's working. We're just kind of waiting for the UX side to be done on the front end. So I'm anticipating that will be completed probably in the next few days. But the things that we're still working on the e-commerce side is basically the ability to create kind of an artist profile with your wallet, so that and this is more about the commission structure, we need to create an umbrella account that's owned by your wallet that shows all of your NFTs and then scours for which products were connected to that so that we know how much commission to pay out. Jordan is finishing up the premium streetwear design templates, and so those will go into the tool so that you can easily select one of those design templates if you want. And that, is just things like the shirt that I'm wearing with the melting TV, or we have a milk carton. We have one that incorporates the metadata in an interesting way. It's just elevating the NFT design a little bit. Aiming to have those from Jordan on the 7th. Aiming to have kind of the wallet structure that creates that profile so that all of the e-commerce information can live under that by August 15th. Aiming to have the first version of the commission system by August 15th. We actually do have a working version. We basically forked a version that works for fiat. It's an affiliate commission system that we forked. So it's working for fiat. We're just problem solving to figure out the best way to either offer a fiat and crypto commission payout, or just to convert all fiat sales into crypto so that we can then pay out those affiliate commissions in crypto. So some of that is a legal financing issue, and some of that is just building out the back end to actually be able to deliver and claim the crypto. But should be able to have that by August 15th. And then the NFT twin for all orders is in progress. There's a working version of it, but I'm putting August 15th as kind of when all of this stuff will be working together. That's assuming everything goes to plan. Of course, we know how that goes, but that's what we're aiming for so that we can really start to promote this thing. Now let's talk about the NFC technology. The NFTREASURE app has been approved for Android and Apple. I haven't released it yet, but it is approved and good to go. And I'm thinking that by August 7th, maybe sooner, we'll be able to do an NFC beta. I'm going to send out a shirt that all of the alpha testers got that will have an NFC chip in it. And I'll pop on a quick video, if I can find it, that kind of showcases how this works. So you can see this shirt behind me. I recorded myself. So we've got the NFC chip in the tag here. And then this is the iPhone app. So I hit the scan button. I hold it up to the NFC tag, and it checks the blockchain and then plays this little video. I can turn the sound on or off. And that video is basically just a placeholder I have for right now. But that video, we can make whatever we want. Right now, it's kind of just advertising what NFTREASURE is. But anybody who scans that NFC chip is going to see that video, and then they can click this View Experience button. And when they click that, it authenticates the digital twin NFT to showcase that it is an actual NFTREASURE product. And then there's other things that we can do with the NFC tool. So we can set campaigns to like geo lasso in an event center. And if you scan your NFTREASURE shirt while you're in a Bitcoin event in Nashville, then we can give you an NFT download, or, potentially give you an NFT that represents in-game bonuses in the DeFi game. That some of what those rewards could be are still getting worked out. But once you've scanned your NFC chip, if you opt in via the app, we can send you push notifications with discounts, offers from other projects, airdrops. Really, we can send any kind of content to the NFC chip, including doing raffles exclusive to anyone who has an NFTREASURE shirt. So one thing that we're looking into is maybe setting aside a certain budget every single month that is kind of like the mystery box budget. And if you have an NFTREASURE shirt, you can scan your NFC chip every single month on a certain time. And, a handful of people will win a hoodie or something. Anyhow, a lot of cool things that we can do with this and that we can continue to develop out. But as of now, it is functioning at the basic level, and when we make it public, it'll be in the App Store. So pretty cool actually to have all of that working, and to have the labels on the shirts. I'm pretty stoked about it. I am still working with the dev team a little bit to make the NFC to NFT connection a little bit better, so that the digital twin is actually synced with the NFC chip. But that functionality exists. It's just that we're having to make sure that the NFT gets pulled from the actual order. So it's basically some complexity that involves syncing the e-commerce with the NFC. Anyhow, doable and shouldn't be a problem once we kind of get all that hooked up. So let's talk about how did this label right here get on the shirt. And you can see, let's see if I can switch my camera so that you can actually see this. Let's go for, yeah, so I can make this a little bit bigger. So you can see all the shirts basically have an NFTREASURE woven label with a size label. And then the NFC chip is in the woven label down at the bottom here. And so that's what the setup on the hoodies, t-shirts, and the sweatshirts will be. And then we're looking into ways to add that NFC chip into additional products. I guess let me just go back to my screen here and I'll go through kind of how the physical product manufacturing is set up right now. So all of our NFTREASURE branded NFC products are being manufactured somewhere in Texas because that's where I am and that's where I was able to negotiate these deals. So t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, and then more products to come are being manufactured in Texas. They'll ship internationally. Our apparel is being comes from Fort Worth. Our woven labels and NFC chips are sewn in at a place here in Austin, and our products will ship internationally from Austin. That's anything that has the NFTREASURE label and branding, and any of the custom stuff that we do for other NFT projects will all go through those Texas-based manufacturers. Now, we do have some additional products that will be shipped from partner manufacturers, some of them in Texas, some of them in other areas of the U.S. Those will be things like coffee mugs, canvases, coasters, posters, ball caps, and more. So we're going to launch with a small set of probably 6 to 10 products, and then we'll make a big deal each month about adding new products, and that'll be a way for us to get repeat sales and to continue to promote things. And the idea is that we want to be able to get to ultimately set up as much of this kind of in-house for the best rate possible. But just to be able to offer it, we can outsource it to some places that we're not going to make as much money, but we'll still make some money. And then over time, we'll just move this, closer to home, so to speak. So if you order an NFTREASURE branded product and a partner product, because they're going to be shipping from 2 different places. So if you ordered a hoodie and a coffee mug, basically it's going to come in 2 different shipments because the coffee mug isn't coming from our manufacturer in Texas. So there will be an additional shipping fee if you've got a cart that has, a hoodie and a sweatshirt and a canvas and a coffee mug. However, I'm trying to keep as many of these in the same warehouse as possible so that shipping doesn't get crazy expensive. And I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because the shipping, even if you pay shipping for each thing, isn't that much more. However, as we grow, obviously we can move more and more things into the same warehouse, and that will reduce shipping. We can also run promotions for free shipping or have days where it's free shipping if you have a key or something. Those are all things that we can do to make sure that everybody feels like it's fair. Just like Amazon just had their Prime Day and there was a bunch of deals if you had a Prime membership, we can do similar things for Founders Keys. One of the things I didn't mention up here is that we're also integrating ability to trade NFT, basically trade or burn an NFT for a physical product. So this would be like if you want to do a mint for a hoodie that you're releasing, and you actually don't even want there to be a physical or an NFT anymore. Basically, when you claim your physical product, you burn the NFT and it creates scarcity. And then people can speculate on what that physical hoodie is actually worth because, there's only 3 left or whatever. This also gives us the ability to issue NFTs via the NFC raffle system or via the DeFi game, where we can give you an NFT that you can exchange for a physical product like a t-shirt. So like if we did a contest on Twitter and we give away a t-shirt, you would actually get a NFT that represents your ability to go and trade that in the e-commerce marketplace for a t-shirt. All right. Yeah, so final thing on manufacturing, the goal over time is to move as many products into the same warehouse as possible so that we control quality, so that we control the ability to do customizations, and so that we can control the shipping cost. But that's a stretch goal. However, anything with the NFTREASURE logo on it that has a tag or something like that, and any customized product that we do for an NFT project is going to come from our Texas facility. Okay, so the NFT marketplace. Obviously, we've got the e-commerce side. We've got the NFT marketplace where you can trade your NFTs, and in the NFT marketplace, there's an e-com value, basically so that you can decide which NFTs might be worth purchasing for their commission value. And we feel that's going to be a new meta, a new merch meta. Basically, if you have a high key level and you're getting a 40% commission on product sales, and you see a product that somebody created for Crypto Day, let's say, and so they uploaded an image that's a Crypto Day event shirt, and a bunch of people on Twitter are talking about it, and so a bunch of people are buying the Crypto Day shirt, and Crypto Day, is 2 months away. Well, you're going to be able to see on that e-com number that the Crypto Day merch has sold $3,000. So it's got an e-com value of $3,000. Well, at 10%, you're making a $300 commission. But if you've got a key level at 150, well, then you can make a 40% commission, which means that same NFT would make you $1,200. So you could make an offer in the NFT marketplace on that NFT. And what is an NFT that makes you $1,200 a month worth? Do you pay out a multiple of 2, a multiple of 6? I think this NFT arbitrage opportunity is going to be interesting to watch it play out, to kind of see how NFTs get priced when they have actual revenue, product revenue associated with them. So right now where we're at, we used an open source marketplace called Genadrop. We've successfully forked that. The entire back end is working. It's just under really kind of simple wireframes right now. We don't have our custom branding on it yet, but we did redeploy all of those forked smart contracts. We're just optimizing them because the fork was a little cluttered in its code. So there's still quite a bit to optimize, but we actually have brought on a developer who goes by the handle EliteBug, whose primary focus is optimizing all of this so that we can move quickly. Currently, he is relinking the subgraphs to the application and the smart complex contracts, and then implementing subgraphs for Avalanche, Ethereum, and Polygon. These subgraphs just allow us to be able to fetch NFT information from multiple blockchains. So you'll be able to mint an NFT on Avalanche, Ethereum, or Polygon, and you will be able to purchase NFTs on any of those, and we'll be able to import whatever collections that we want. So we will just have to kind of decide as a community which collections we want to showcase in full versus just letting people sync their individual NFTs. I'm going to put a pin in that. We can have a deeper conversation in Discord about kind of how to handle that. But all of that functionality is being developed right now, and over the coming weeks will be completed. So the remaining work on the NFT marketplace is that we need to implement the UX UI design. So the reason that we switched from the marketplace that we had was that we wanted a little bit more functionality on being able to be multi-chain, and the old marketplace, unfortunately, had been developed in a way that was so intertwined with the DeFi game that it was causing optimization issues. And really, one of the reasons that the beta and everything that we're working on has taken so long is because, as Xenius told me, we basically had to do full body organ surgery on the old DeFi game. We had to remove all of the good organs and put them into a new body. And so that's what we've been working on. And the new NFT marketplace that we've forked is standalone. It's separate from the DeFi game. We can get them audited separately. It just makes it a lot cleaner and easier for us to work with moving forward. Unfortunately, we didn't get good guidance from our early developers, and we're paying a little bit of a time cost for that now. However, it's being done in the right way, and it's now we have a really solid team in place of developers that's helping build out this back end. So what else is left on the NFT marketplace? We're rewriting the IPFS upload procedure, and doing that in a way so that we can in the future incorporate AI image generation. So you may have seen that Binance recently in their NFT marketplace added the ability to create collections with AI. And in the future, we'll be able to do something similar to that using AI tools. It'll be a roadmap item, but we want to make sure that everything is built out in a way so that we can easily integrate that in the future. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. Of course, you can go into Midjourney or any of the AI tools and create an image and then download that and upload it right now. But it'll be interesting for us to have some preset commands specific to creating NFT profile pics that make it really easy for you to create profile pic projects and different types of merch kind of by using our existing prompts. So just something that I'm thinking about and would love to get some feedback from everybody in the community on how you see an AI tool working with NFTs. So the tentative timelines that EliteBug has given me on the NFT marketplace is August 2nd, which is next week. We'll have the full back end of the marketplace working with the kind of dummy UI that we have. By August 10th, we'll have our custom UX optimization and full branding in place. And then by August 15th, ready to incorporate the NFT marketplace into the full ecosystem. So basically making sure that it's synced with the e-commerce side of things and with the DeFi game. And moving on to the DeFi game, for those of you in the alpha test, that some of the performance issues that were there, like the fan coming on, has now been fixed. We're still re-engineering basically the entire game. Like I said, taking the good organs out and putting them in a new body. But most of those performance issues are now corrected. We retooled the timer system so that it is not nearly as CPU intensive. And we are testing the new optimizations right now to make sure that any of those new performance optimizations aren't affecting other parts of the smart contract. So the tentative timeline for turning the community beta back on, ideally, I hate to put a timeline on this because I keep jinxing myself, but ideally by Monday, August 1st, we will be in the community beta. But I had some sweat on my nose, and when you touch your nose when you're talking, we know that means that intuitively you don't believe what you're saying. So is August 1st actually going to be when the community beta happens? I hope so. That's what I'm being told by the developers, and it's just going to be a matter of when we run our CPU tests on the other areas of the system, is there any conflict with the performance issues now that we've got them redeployed? So update on August 1st, we'll have Xenius working on continued smart contract optimization up until August 7th. And then, assuming everything in the beta goes well and we've got good feedback from the community, we could potentially be submitting code to the auditor again by August 8th, which would be amazing if we could do that. Takes about a week for the code to get audited, or at least we just got some of the code audited for the new Forward Labs launch, and it took about 5 days to get that back. NFTREASURE is a little bit more complex, so it might take longer than that, but around August 15th, we'll be starting to get feedback from the auditing team on whether things are good to go and we've got a clean bill of health for launch, or if there are optimizations that still need to be made. Obviously, if we have a clean bill of health, then we can start talking about launch dates. If there's still things that the auditors feel we need to fix, then we'll have to postpone until those things are fixed. That said, I do want to start a conversation about launch marketing, and I've been working with some of our consultants to talk about what this looks like. So on August 1st, which is Monday, I'm going to post a 90-second script. I guess I didn't write what this was. So this is a 90-second promo script. So this is basically the video that'll be on the website. I'll post that script on Monday, if not sooner. We'll get community buy-in and review on that, and if approved, we can move that to production by the end of the week, and it'll take about a week to get that video done. Let's see. August 4th, which is also next week, looking at having the NFTREASURE marketing website beta ready. So essentially this is the site kind of set up. We're still building out the sub pages, but we will release this with the sub pages so that you can go through and spell check and make sure it makes sense. But I'll be releasing that once all of the sub pages are built out next week. Then I am starting to meet with launch partners, basically NFT projects that want to partner with us to do merch on launch. Have had some good conversations and already have 3 or 4 projects that I'm pretty confident are going to sign on to be launch partners. If you have an NFT project that you think would be interested in being a launch partner with us or doing some kind of unique merchandise, definitely let me know in Discord, connect me with them. By August 7th, I'm going to have a PDF, like a one-sheeter of NFTREASURE that you and the community can just share with anybody that you think would be interested. And it'll have a link so that they can book a call with me so that we can get it figured out. So the options are basically that they can launch just with our product standard, and their community can connect their wallets and share their NFTs and get their NFTs printed on an NFTREASURE shirt. Or for a little bit of a setup fee, we can create some custom labeling for them. So if they want to do merchandise that doesn't have the NFTREASURE logo in it, but has their project logo in it, on a woven label, we can do that for an added fee. Also, for an added subscription fee, they can send messages to their community via the NFC chip. So any product that goes out through NFTREASURE, we as a project will be able to communicate with those NFC chip holders and do rewards for them. But also, we'll basically have subcategories where an NFC or an NFT project can say, okay, I want to be able to send a message a couple times a month or do a raffle or a reward share with anybody that buys my merch. And I'm still working out what that subscription fee should be, but it's probably like $99 to $300 depending on what all is included with it. Let me know what you think it would be. Basically, it's a monthly fee that a project pays to be able to communicate via the NFC chips. And these NFC chips have like a 99% open rate because it's still kind of a novel technology. Okay, so in an ideal world, by August 15th, we've got the marketing website ready for a soft launch. That means that it's live to the public, but it is basically kind of all the functionality is still gated so that people can just join the whitelist, but none of the product is actually available yet. So basically the way that it'll work is you'll click join the whitelist. It'll take you down here to the bottom. You'll enter your email, which will be optional, and your wallet ID, which will be mandatory. And then if you want to potentially be an ambassador, you'll check this box, click subscribe. That will put you on the whitelist, and the whitelist will be basically as a CSV file that we upload into the DeFi game so that people can get added into Zone 4, which is 10% discount. The primary goal of the soft launch will be to grow the whitelist so that when we do officially launch, we have a bunch of people on that list and we know how to reach them. And basically our Twitter strategy, I've got a whole strategy document here. The goal is going to be to get the NFTREASURE Twitter account over 10,000 followers before we launch. So that's kind of the pre-launch goal. 10 to 12,000 is going to be what we want to see before we launch, because obviously there's 12,000 founders keys. And so having at least 12,000 followers on the account helps us drive the case that there's going to be enough people to mint this thing out. Now, as we've discussed, our business model is interesting in that we don't have to mint out all 12,000 keys to stay alive as a project. We're already alive. We're launching with a fully baked product. However, the more hype we can build, the better, right? Because any money that we raise during the mint allows us to continue to fine tune the product, deepen liquidity for the tokens, do token buybacks and burns. There's a lot of things that we can utilize that pre-mint or that mint seed money for, by giving it back to the community and growing this into a multi-million-dollar brand. Okay. So that's the Twitter strategy. Basically, we have the NFTREASURE account, which makes sure that you're following, but we also have this kind of dummy account that I was using for reaching out to projects. It's 0xTreasure. I'm going to rebrand this to NFT Threads, which is our YouTube channel, and use this as a way to share NFT news. And basically, we'll get back to doing NFT news YouTube videos and use this Twitter account to retweet threads and kind of aggregate the content that we're talking about on YouTube. So that'll definitely be a strategy that I get back to, is kind of daily posting the NFT Threads YouTube and Twitter content. Of course, I'll be using my personal account, which is going to be more to just bring legitimacy to the project. In a world of anonymous projects, we have a project lead, myself, that is doxxed, and we're trying to do everything above the board in compliance, which I'll get to in a second. And that the things that I'm sharing on my account will be to kind of add legitimacy to, hey, I'm a real person. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. We have a community that has provided tons of feedback on this project, and we'd love for you to be a member. And then we'll be thinking a little bit more about how each of you in the community can most effectively use your Twitter accounts. But part of that is going to be setting up a Zeely campaign. If you're not familiar with Zeely, you can go to zeely.io and read about it. But this is a way to create basically campaigns, community engagement campaigns. So we have hired a Zeely consulting firm to help us run our launch campaign. And essentially the way that it works is that we'll have these different tracks. We'll have an artist track, a DGen track, an NFT brand track, and you will earn Zeely points, which they call XP, for learning about the NFTREASURE ecosystem. So we'll have course content teaching you how to engage with it as an artist, how to do NFT arbitrage using the e-commerce tools, how to use the e-commerce tool, how to engage with the DeFi game, how to buy the Smarter token, how to buy the Treasure token, how to set up the LPs. It's a pretty complicated ecosystem. And so all of those things will be these little submissions that you can sign up for and complete. And then you get XP points. And when you get enough XP points, you can trade those for different prizes like merchandise or treasure tokens, or we'll be giving away some founders keys. It's basically a way where if you had zero capital, you could still get involved in NFTREASURE, get a founders key, earn enough treasure to start playing the game and be a founder and have some voting escrow in the project without ever paying any money. That's the goal. We want to be able to showcase that it was a fair launch. Anybody could participate, but if you don't have any money, you're going to have to put some work in. So we can give away XP points for following the Twitter account, retweeting things, commenting on Twitter posts, creating your own Twitter thread for NFTREASURE, doing a YouTube video about NFTREASURE. Like, this is a way for us to generate a ton of user-generated content. Like, you'll get XP points that you can convert into treasure, etc., for posting product reviews. Once you get your product review, sharing an unboxing video. We'll have a lot of stuff under Zeely and really be leaning on the Zeely reward structure to grow our community. And it'll be fun for everybody in our existing community because there'll be tons of stuff that you can win. And obviously, we've been working on this for a long time. It's actually going to be really fun to go into promotion mode. Of course, I will be doing as many Twitter spaces and podcasts as I can possibly do once everything is set up and we're ready to promote. I will probably do this once we actually launch, not in the soft launch phase, but in the hard launch phase. We will likely launch the beta game first for OGs, which is going to be Zone 1 and Zone 2. That will be on mainnet with real live tokens, but it will be gated just for Zone 1 and Zone 2. And then over time, as we kind of develop the NFT marketplace and the e-commerce tools and everything synced properly, over a 30 to 45 day period, then we can do the retail launch. And that's when I will really go full force into promotion mode. We're also going to be doing a lot of t-shirt giveaways. You know, one of the ways that I want to partner with NFT projects is say, hey, let me do an AMA in your Discord and I will give away 5 free t-shirts that have your NFT info on it or something. Or, you know, one thing that we were talking about is just on the Twitter account, giving away a t-shirt every single day if you comment on one of our posts and retweet it. So still working out what the parameters will be, but we, you know, have a $40,000 marketing budget. And I think one good use of that is going to be to effectively get our product in people's hands. When you've got a shirt in your hand, when you scan the NFC chip, when you see the video in the app, like, it's a really cool experience and people are gonna want to talk about it. And so what better way for us to promote the project than to give out, you know, 500 t-shirts or something and have all of those people share their experience when they get it. So totally open to ideas on how to structure that. We're still working through it, but we've got some crack marketing minds thinking about this, and getting it in your hands, being able to put your NFT on a physical product, it's really cool. I really want to share it with you guys, because every time I put one of my NFTs on and I get it, I'm like, this is so cool. Even when I was at the airport the other day, I was wearing this Sausager shirt and people were coming up to me asking me where I got the shirt. And so, you know, I just, I think we're sitting on a hit, and I just can't wait to release this thing. You know, we've spent the time to do it right. And I think that, you know, we're almost ready to reap the rewards of that investment of time and energy. So I guess the final promotional strategy will be to do merch creation for high profile projects and holders. So, you know, if there's somebody that you think writes great NFT threads, we could cover them on NFT threads and basically say, hey, thank you for the contribution. I know your profile pic is a Sappy Seal. We actually made you a Sappy Seal shirt. DM me if you want me to send you that. And I think that we can get a lot of high profile people to engage with the project, because who's not going to want a shirt or a hoodie that has their NFT on it? I mean, it's cool. And then when they get it, we can do a personalized video or message to them in the NFC chip. And I think they're going to want to share this project. And so obviously the more eyeballs we have on the project, the more founders keys we mint, the more people are buying Treasure. I mean, this is the ecosystem that we've been developing, an easy way to capture attention in a really salient way. Like, people are going to love their NFT gear, and that's just going to benefit us in so many ways. So as all of that comes to ahead, I'm sweating again, but I'm eager to talk about this, but not eager to talk about this, because the ugly part of what I have to do and the uncomfortable part of what I have to do is balance everything that we're building and all the innovation that we are putting forth with, is it legal? How do we make it legal? So I have brought on a CFO to work in tandem with our legal team to kind of figure out how we do our accounting and what all of this looks like, because, you know, we're paying commissions and we're doing e-commerce sales. And so the e-commerce sales, we have to collect taxes depending on what state you're in. And there's specific filings that we have to do in each of those states. Anyhow, it's really complicated. I've done e-commerce stuff in the past. And so I just brought on a CFO that understands all of this. Basically, the purpose of having a CFO is to provide high-level finance consulting. So how do we structure all of this in the way that's most tax beneficial? to help us create banking relationships so that we can onboard and offboard crypto into fiat. And basically to give me guidance because I'm the one that has set up all of the contracts with the manufacturers. There's not an entity for the DAO, so the contracts are right now with my agency. And so essentially, well, I'll get into that in a second. The rest of the stuff that a CFO does is bookkeeping and proper accounting. Again, I want us to be a model for what it looks like to do crypto legally. And I think we're in a really good position and have a really good project concept to be able to do a legal crypto project. The CFO helps implement all the proper parameters for international e-commerce sales, gives consulting on legal entity structure alongside the legal team, and then, as I mentioned, helps with the fiat onboarding and offboarding. So the way that I've been guided thus far to do this is to basically, we have our e-commerce fulfillment company, which right now is running through my agency, and this is the entity that signs all the manufacturing contracts because some entity has to go into contract with these people. So right now, that's my agency, and this entity handles all of the product creation, manufacturing, e-commerce management, e-commerce accounting, taxes, product design and consulting. This is who pays the affiliate commissions to the DAO, who handles all the e-commerce expenses, all the subscription expenses, all the fiat money transfers. I'm doing all that right now through my agency. And so this entity is basically, NFTREASURE, the DAO, is essentially contracting my agency to provide all of these services since no one in the DAO is doxed. But at some point, somebody's going to have to dox in the DAO because in order for us to pay out commissions and to do everything above board, there needs to be a legal entity. So right now, obviously, there is no entity, and we can continue to kick that can down the road a little bit. But when we start making money, we're going to have to put an entity in place in order to do this the right way. I'm the doxed one. I'm the one that is taking on all the legal risk. And so we just have to do it the right way. And I will do it in a way that benefits the community the most. And obviously we'll talk about it. But I'm not going to put myself in legal jeopardy and just not have an entity because I think that there's enough guidance now on how to set it up properly. And I think we have the right legal team and financial team in place to be able to do this above board. And that ultimately just allows us to grow bigger and larger, because if we ever want to do real world partnerships with retailers, or I'm thinking years down the road, but like if we wanted to do something with Target, or Walmart, like this is the potential of what we're building, and we need to be legally sound to set up contracts like that. So basically the DAO owns all the smart contracts and all the crypto side. Our accountant and legal team and CFO all say that commission should require some kind of KYC. No crypto, this massively reduces our audience. And so one of the things that we're looking into right now is, if you don't want a KYC, maybe we deduct 30% from your commissions and we just give that to the IRS for those who don't keep KYC. If you do KYC, then the tax burden goes to you and you'll likely pay a lesser tax rate, depending on how you have your own taxes set up. So that's something that I'm figuring out. I will start a longer discussion in Discord because I don't have all the right information yet, but I do have a lot of very smart people looking into it. When I have something kind of a little bit more structured, I'll share it. But I did want to just let people know that this is kind of where we're at. And, crypto legal is a scary place right now. And so we got to do it the right way. As I mentioned, I'm the docs face. So currently all liability goes to me. Even though this project's owned by the community, that's not the way that it would look to, a legal entity looking at it, or a government entity. So that's why we have brought on a CFO to help us figure this out. The DAO LLC, which is potentially how we could set it up, is a Wyoming DAO LLC. But any LLC is going to require at least one or more managing members to docs. So I could potentially be that managing member if you guys elected me to do that. Since I'm the project lead, it probably makes sense. But likely what we should do is vote in a board of directors that sit on this. Of course, anyone on that board of directors is going to have tax liability in the LLC. However, if we structure it properly, the DAO should basically be giving away all the money to people via the DeFi game and via the commission structure. So there's not going to be any actual income that the DAO keeps, because all expenses going out will match any income that comes in, which means that there should be no taxes for the people on this board. I'm just saying out loud the conversations I'm having with CFOs so everybody knows. I know that this is draining. It's draining for me to have to think about all of this, but we really do have good people thinking about it for us and providing guidance. And I just wanted to be transparent where we are in this process. So the DAO LLC would basically own any tax liability, meaning they would own the bookkeeping. They would have to file taxes. Now, they wouldn't have to pay any taxes if we structure it properly, like I mentioned, but the LLC members are still going to be on the hook for filing those taxes, and that's why we have a CFO to help do all of that. And then there would be a contract with the community that any income that the DAO receives is, dispersed in X, Y, and Z manner. So some of it goes to the operating team. Some of it meaning like the developers and any of the operating expenses. And then whatever remains as profit, 10% of that goes into the DeFi game, either through a treasure buyback and burn, or once all treasure is distributed, just by buying treasure off the open market and distributing the treasure. And then also through the affiliate commissions. I know I'm getting in the weeds here. I didn't mean to get that much into the weeds, but now you know where we're at with that. So the DAO LLC basically hires the fulfillment company, which is my agency, and I, through my agency, which is this is all just legal mumbo jumbo, but through the agency, handle all of the crypto and e-commerce operations. I'm basically acting as the project lead. And then the fulfillment and management fees are baked into our manufacturing rates. So, basically it's to make the accounting clean. It's basically like we take all the manufacturing fees, all the real world fiat fees, and then the DAO pays that as a lump sum expense each month to balance those books. I know it's super frustrating to have to do things in the real way, but in order to build a multi-million-dollar company, we have to set this stuff up, and we have to bring in people that are numbers geeks. And so that's what I'm doing. So the DAO essentially makes a 50% margin on every product and then pays out rewards via the DeFi game and commissions. And then the other 50% is obviously to actually make and deliver the products, etc. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. The DAO is going to need to have some kind of accounting, and that's why we would set up a DAO LLC. And right now, Wyoming looks like the best place to do that. And we've got a great accountant and CFO in Denver who will structure it all for us. So let me know what you think about that. The goal is to be above the board, because if we're above the board, we can do all kinds of crazy licensing deals in the future. And that's where we're going to make the most potential for revenue. If we can get reputable streetwear brands to partner with us, or if we can get big NFT projects to partner with us, or if we can go out and negotiate deals with Whole Foods or Starbucks. I was just watching a video about this guy who was speaking at a startup event. He had just started a screen printing company, and Starbucks was looking to promote new printing companies, and they gave him an order for like 250,000 shirts. And it made his business a ton of money, and he had only been in business for like 9 months or something. So that type of thing can happen, but only if we are structured properly. And that's the goal, is to be able to be a real business and showcase to the world how you run a real crypto business in a totally above board way that still benefits the community and fairly distributes commissions and affiliate commissions to the community and rewards to the community via the DeFi game and via the NFT revenue system. So I guess I've rambled enough. Hopefully that all makes sense. Pop into Discord and let me know what you think about all of that. I really appreciate everybody's insight, feedback, patience. We're getting very close, and I'm super stoked about being able to launch this thing. It's just going to be epic. I mean, it's taken a long time, but this is going to be a really cool freaking product. So until next time, enjoy your weekend. I'm John Ray with NFTREASURE. Bye.